I get 100 tea bags. Tea bags. Bacon, there's your sound drop. I get 100 tea bags for like $2.75.
100 tea bags, $2.75.
Yeah. I get 100 tea bags for $2.75. Yes. Anyway.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature.
I get 100 tea bags for $2.75.
That's totally inappropriate. It's lewd, lascivious, salacious, outrageous.
It is outrageous, Jackie. Oh, hey, honey. Look at this. First class tickets for the same price as Coach. Nah, that's stupid. Let's just sit and coach.
Well,
come on, man.
No, don't come on, man.
Come on, man.
It depends on what you consider a lot of money.
Hey, Leo, what do you think of Ryan? Yeah.
Leo. Yeah.
They're going on a trip with friends is always an exciting time. Visiting somewhere new and exploring the sights, as well as making quality memories with those you're closest to. But it doesn't always go as planned. You know, I really miss hearing sound drops dropped over me. Can you just make some sound effects like...
Bacon, thank you so much for picking us up. As always, I love having you on the show. Darin,
I'm not going to lie, I'd rather have Bacon in here as a co-host than you because you don't do drops. I am a total
haunted horse.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. 75.
That's for you, bitch.
Does anyone mind if I toss my salad? Hey. And then, of course, weird news.
Buzzkill.
Sign Darin's wife.
Darin's wife. This one.
Yeah, I didn't die.
Let's stick to our fatso for a minute.
So to lose weight.
Shut up, Tyler.
Shut up, Tyler. Who's older, though? Is it me or Bacon or the guy with 2 hip replacements? I mean, if you...
In, out, 3 times.
And on that, I am out.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye-bye. Later,
Adios.
guys.
Spunky.
Okay, there we go. Haunted Horse 1800 Whiskey sponsoring Ryan leaving.
Don't play games with it.
Guess who's coming in? Maybe. All I see is a black screen.
12 word.
Oh, look at who it is. Wearing his Nebraska hat.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi.
How's it going? Hi.
Downs. Ryan, stop calling me. Jesus, Ryan. Do your show. Ryan, why are you calling me in the middle of the show? We're still going.
Going on. And it's from Grant's mic. I thought at first Jerry's volume was
Shouldn't
up
we
too
do
loud.
this off the air? I don't know that anyone wants to hear this IT question.
Wait, you guys are on the air?
Yes. We never left.
I thought you guys were on.
You know what? I just dawned on me. That's what you thought. We are live, dude.
Be a fat ass and lose something that goddamn way.
Hey, hold on a second. Can we cut the drops for a second? Ryan's trying to say something important. I want to hear it.
Ryan,
watch your smelly ass and balls, you nappy motherfucker, you.
Or play them as much as you possibly can.
Like that, then you don't like the wind scopes. Oh boy.
Ryan, you can tell me. What? You can tell me on a private.
No, it's okay. Hey,
goddamn shit, I'm tired of motherfuckers.
So horse.
Oh my god.
So anyway, this comes from England the Mirror. Woman slammed for refusing to get out of car for date at Cheesecake Factory. Cheating husband said our house was infested with bed bugs to hide his affair. Friends on an Amsterdam trip mortified by cheeky shower feature in hotel room, right? I have 3 wives. They are all getting surgery to achieve my ideal body type. Wow, look at this guy. We've got, I saved 77 pounds, British currency, by ditching toilet paper for rags. I popped them in the washing machine. Okay. My brother's dating habit is destroying my engagement. My fiance finds him disgusting. Woman's awkward sex injury makes her lose 5 years worth of memory. boozed up stripper tries to seduce cop during arrest, saying, "Taser me, I like it kinky."
Spunky.
There we go, except I have to move over. Darin's crowding me. What's up, everybody? There we go. I mean, Darin wasn't almost here. So take him as you get him. He's on the phone.
I'm holding the phone in hand. Oh, you know what? My computer is firing back up, though, as we speak.
Wow. His internet went down again. That's a convenient story every Wednesday when he's supposed to be here. Oh, my internet's out. Oh. Like we're going to believe that again. He says his internet's coming back right now as the show starts. Anyway.
Well, it's starting to. I'm seeing the three lights above on the thing. I'm seeing part of the screen show in.
Your phone works. Whatever you want, dude. You can join with the other one. We can merge it over. I'm good. Peter won today.
You won! You did it!
And Eric is Mr. Loser.
So you get nothing!
Eric.
You lose!
Eric.
Good day, sir!
Eric. You lose. Gail's here. What's up, Gail?
Welcome to the party, pal!
Gail's got...
Gail, welcome to the show.
I forget. Gail's got her button that she gets. All right, we got, it's the Humpday show. Darin's here, sort of, half here with his internet, maybe not working.
Haunted horse. Wait, you know something I don't know?
Yeah, Darin's internet sucks, Jim. Sucks balls.
At the moment, truer words have never been spoken.
Right. Burn Dog's here.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Hey, Haunted Horse! That's all you get today, Burn Dog. Oh, all right. Yeah, thanks, Morgan. Morgan, yeah.
Gail, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Okay, so we've got lots to talk about. Not enough time to get talking, so let's go. We are going to talk about, since it is the Humpday show, we are going to talk about this story from the New York Post that I didn't have time for yesterday. Most people think of their ex when pleasuring themselves. Study reveals. Here's what it means, which is the funny part of the whole story. Here's what it means. Does anyone not have an idea what that means? You need some pointy-headed intellectual to tell you. It means you're horny. And you're thinking
It's
of your
readily
ex.
available in the spank bank.
Yeah.
Think about some kind of an act I may have done to her. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I know what that is versus having to think about. Yeah, anyway, it's familiarity. Whatever. There you go. Boing.
That's right.
Eric, you weren't here yesterday, so I had to drop my own racist button. I had to sit there and go, oh, I think Eric would have me play it here.
You racist piece of shit.
So I was having to do extra work yesterday, Eric, because you were on a plane with some guy that took his shoes off and was stinking up the cabin. If you take your shoes off and you're sitting next to me on a plane, I promise you will regret it. I'm just saying. I'm not going to do anything violent, but you will regret it. I will accidentally spill something on you. Something will happen to you. Something will. I'm just saying.
I'll just straight tell a person, they take their shoes off. That alone doesn't bother me much. But if I get some foot stank going, I can smell that. It's like, hey, dude, your shit stinks. Cover it up.
There you go.
I'll tell them. I don't care.
I don't even want to see their fucking socks. And then people that go on planes with flip-flops or some shit. What the hell is that? Anyway, whatever.
That's probably for the security where you got to pull your shoes off.
Well, right. There is that. We're Eric joining the Waterhole to tell us about Nike and a seatbelt. I don't know what. Oh, Nika and a seatbelt. Bring a Bible. We're having a friend in Gail. Gail is doing the tour today. I saw her on Ryan's show in the chat.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of Gail's going to be here on Friday. She's co-hosting. So there you go. You got Gail on Friday. She's going to show up at least once a month on Friday. But I think I'm going to be able to talk her into more. What happened to Darin?
All right, so something came up on my screen. It's like, oh, goody, but no, just a tease.
Looked like you were having a convulsion. That's what you went. I'm like, what's going on there?
Well, I am wearing that T-shirt, that same one, but
is it?
Yes, that same one.
Oh wow, look at that, the barf shirt.
The shades of insanity.
Wow. Let's see. I don't want somebody taking their shoes off, but if it's between that and them constantly talking to me when I'm trying to listen to something, I'll take the former. You know what? Talking is easy because I take my headphones that cover my ears, put them on, and let's just say this, Gail. I hope you never have to sit next to Baki on a plane. He's not going to let you put your headphones on. He's going to be asked, oh, Gail, I want to talk to you. Just saying. He talks to you during marble races. I can't imagine a plane ride with Baki. Okay, if I'm Gail. Actually, Baki would probably talk my ear off, too. We also got another story. My holiday, it's the sex day. It's the Humpday. This from the Mirror, across the pond in England. My holiday, they say holiday for vacation. My vacation was ruined after agonizing sex blunder that wrecked relationship. Okay, what was that? Wrecked your relationship. What'd you, was it butt stuff? I don't know.
Well, I was about to ask if he slammed her with a fist or something. I mean, who knows? Ruined the relationship.
Say the wrong name. You say your ex's name while you're having
brought
sex.
A friend. Who knows?
Speaking of feet, beware toxic foot-long worms invading U.S. Here's what to do if you see the demonic flesh eaters. These are nasty looking. I'm not going to lie. They're invading the U.S., apparently. I remember back in the day. See, this is how old I am. See, I'm 56. Ah! Oh, damn it, I said my age. I remember when the killer bees were coming up from South America because they got let loose, the African bees. And so in the 70s, everyone was freaking out because they were slowly migrating north. They were going to get into the United States, and they even had a movie called The Killer Bees. Oh, it was called The Swarm.
Yeah, The Swarm, I remember that.
Yes, The Swarm. And it was about all these bees and took over this town, killing people and everything else. And they finally got here, and yeah, they're little bastards, but it's not like thousands of deaths a year from killer bees. And I remember fire ants. I got stung by a fire ant in Georgia. They hurt, but it's not like you're gonna. I mean, we did have a guy get bit and he was allergic. He went into anaphylactic shock. Not bad, where he was like life-threatening, but he started to swell up. He couldn't breathe. They gave him an EpiPen, and they had to discharge him because you can't have an insect allergic reaction in the military. You put everyone's life at risk, right?
That's right.
So
not only your own, but everybody's in the unit.
Discharge. All right, there's that story. We've also got this. I don't know how many we're going to get through. Virginia police confront 6-foot alligator at motel that escaped while en route to zoo.
I saw the video of that.
Did you? There is a video, it says, but I can never find the video in these stories.
I stumbled onto it a couple days ago.
Nice. And then
it's a big, mean-looking one. It's an alligator.
What's that?
It's just big and mean-looking. I mean, it's a 6-footer.
Yeah. And I think it's in Virginia, so I don't know that they necessarily get alligator. It's not like if you see one in Florida, you're like, oh, yeah, there's an alligator.
Now, Virginia, I didn't see that part coming. That's way too far north.
I think, yeah, they were transporting. I think it was Virginia. Let me see. Yeah, Virginia motel. So, yeah, if it's in a place that it's not supposed to be, then it's shocking. We're not going to get to that. I mean, I will this week. Husband forced to influence her wife to do housework, so she called the police.
Oh, yeah, that looked funny. You talked about that last night.
So stupid. Who gets Jay Moore in the sale? That's funny. Yeah, he's married to Jeannie Buss. That is a odd couple.
A little bit.
Lie. Funny guys get hot women. I'm just saying. If you got a sense of humor or you got money or you're attractive, and I've seen like comedians with real hot smoke shows, or a rock star. You can be an ugly ass rock star and still pull, nines and tens. I'm just saying.
Well, and lots of them, they're called groupies. They wait in line backstage for you.
Right. And remember when Jay Moore was super
fat.
Jay Moore got really
fat.
He slimmed down a little bit. So speaking of that, since I saw that in the chat, Jay Moore, I watched an episode where he has a show. You can search it on YouTube. He had a podcast show, and and he had his wife, Jeannie Buss, on there. He was talking about his drug problems and everything else, and how she had to have an intervention and everything else, and how they met and all that stuff. It was interesting. They're going to have a lot of money, though, $10 billion. And it's for a majority stake. It's not even for the entire team. It's just a majority stake. I don't know how much, 90%, 80%. I don't know what that is, but they're still going to be minority owners.
Yeah, that's fuck you money, too. They can tell the world just that.
Right. $10 billion? Yeah. Yeah, go fuck yourself, world.
Yeah.
So, Darin,
Yes.
Especially this is very very coincidental. Let's talk about your Saturday show. Let's recap the Saturday Rock Show.
Okay, well,
it
didn't go as planned whatsoever, of course.
What's that?
It, of course, did not go as planned whatsoever. It very much reminded me of the first Darin's Garage, actually. It kind of did. I couldn't see the chat like in either one.
What? So, okay, stop. We're going to break this down slowly.
All right.
I saw that you had told people you couldn't see the chat. What happened? And you said it was a problem. There was an issue. What happened with the chat? Why couldn't you see it?
A couple of things happened. I had two ways to look at the chat, I thought, being both my phone and my tablet. So I'm like, okay, can I have either of them fired up to see the chat? I'm good to go. Yeah, and I got the screen in front of me. That was the plan. And I couldn't get the phone coming on the same because I kept getting text messages every time that would kick me off of that and back and forth. No, I see it was not just you. It was my kids. It was everybody.
Oh, it was me. I'm like, you're muted.
I got blown up.
Yeah, right.
It was not you really, Chris. I got blown the hell up.
That's funny.
And that's okay because at least I was able to get some communication that way. It helped.
Right.
But I saw right off in the tablet is basically my GPS for the side by side, and that's repurposed it. And at that time, at that point, I was kind of frustrated. Didn't even get to the tablet. I was like, all right, screw it. I can't see the chat. I can deal with this. We'll just power through. We'll have a good time with it.
I sent you 16
no need to fight.
texts.
It's a Saturday night.
I sent you 16 texts.
Something like that, yeah. And
I didn't know that's where you were trying to watch the chat from.
Yeah, and you weren't the most either. So that's so there you go.
Yeah, got it.
And it's just how it went. That's fine. But then the buffering issues were coming up.
Yeah.
And I was having problems controlling back and forth too on the software. On my part of just learning the software, I'm just not there yet as far as being smooth or good at it. I'll get that way.
Yeah.
I got some things worked out. There, a couple of control measures worked in. I can make it go smoother the whole bit. Just give me a slow the hell down on it. Actually talk a little bit in between. Just slow the whole thing down so I've got time that I can have it set up, preempted. Okay, here you go when it comes on.
You know what? warned you that you should sign up for 1 month of free YouTube Plus so that you didn't have to worry about commercials, because the first show is always the most chaotic, and that's one less thing you have to worry about. Someone should have warned you about that. I'm just saying.
I know. That or I should have listened to the guy that did. One of the two. It's one of them. I'm sure it is.
Anyway.
True story. But yeah, then the buffering issues, I kind of got that worked out, and I know why. It's just, and we both know why. It's my computer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a whole other story too, and actually a source of frustration. So I buy this brand new computer, and I'm looking, I just dropped all this cash in the bathroom and all this stuff. So I buy this brand new little computer, little laptop. And I'm thinking the only thing it has to do is put some video out. I used to do this on my phone. It should be no problem. And I bought a computer that sucks. And so I'm having to slow everything down, all kinds of shit to make that work. I know that's the buffering issues there.
To be fair, I know a lot about computers. I could have helped with that, but it would be like me trying to buy a mountain bike, and I'm like, okay, I only have this much money, and then I buy a bike, and I'm like, okay, this will work, and it doesn't have any shocks in it, and all of a sudden the seat's pounding my nuts, and I'm like, oh, and I go off the cliff and whatever, because I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know anything about mountain bikes. Uh-oh, Darin. Losing you. I hear you. You're frozen.
Okay, well, that's
there we
my
go.
phone.
We're all good. No, you're back. You're back.
Okay.
You're back.
I just killed the screen, fired it back up. It's my
there
phone.
We go. You're all good.
Good old iPhone 8, actually. It works.
Oh wait, Gail says I need this.
You racist piece of shit.
I don't know why. They always know why. I don't know why.
That's all right.
So, you had the buffering. We know that. We
right.
worked on it. We tested it, and we thought it was going to run. I think there was probably some other things happening that made it, because during the test it was working.
Yeah, and it went clean.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do with that though is that instead of videos, it's going to be a split screen. Half the screen you'll see a song. I'm going to pull it off my Amazon because I can already have a pre-download. That way the computer's not doing as much.
Right.
And
If
so
you do audio only, the show will work.
Right,
it's
and
the
so
videos.
with that, then you
just can't do
half the screen is just right here on the camera with me, and it keeps up with that just fine. And so I can make that combination work. I've already been testing on my own thing here on the side too.
Fucking thing sucks.
And so that's how it's going to go. And then just slow the thing down a little bit, actually talk, spend a little bit of time with the audience too, which would probably be a good thing.
The audience wants you to talk about their chat.
Oh yes, and that's exactly what I want to do. And so it's a good deal. It totally is. If I need to slow it down, I can do that in between the songs while I'm getting them lined up and doing what I got to do. I can actually get requests and work them in that way. I just see it being a win to do it that way. I do. Until I get better at it. And
Gail
better
says,
equipment.
yes, commercials can really throw your game off. You can, listen, here's the thing. Why I said sign up for a month free and then get rid of it. Tyler... Oshkosh Tyler has done the DJ show, and he does not have YouTube Premium like I do. And once you've done it enough, you can get to the point where you can queue up the thing. Now, Darin's computer is slower, so the problem with trying to skip ahead of the commercials is it's buffering, and he's clicking on it, it's not moving, whatever. So he's got a problem compounded. But you can get to the point where you can go through them.
You can overcome.
They're muted, and the audience never knows. The audience does not know Tyler has commercials going because he's taking care of it off air, and he's muted it and whatever. So you can get good with it. But yeah, commercials are definitely a kill.
Exactly. Well, you can get learning. I'm totally learning is what I'm doing.
Yeah. And that's the thing, dude. Everyone's first show is horrible.
It's horrible.
Well, I know that from the Darin's Garage show. Then the second was a little better and so on.
Right.
And it might have helped too if I didn't. I was okay at the beginning of the show, but then I kept drinking through it, and I got through about 3/4 of a bourbon bottle by the end.
No shit, dude. You were so fucking bombed. I think I sent you a text. Hold on. I know I did.
I'm pretty sure you did too. And truth be known, after the show, I had a high level of frustration going. I finished that bottle. smoked I don't know how many bong hits, and opened another bottle and got about a quarter of the way through that before I finally says, okay, I can go to sleep now.
I might have said it in the chat, but I said the best thing to do on your first show is get so bombed that you're just like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. Ah.
Yeah, pretty much. I kind of did.
You were muted the last 30 minutes, dude. The whole last 30 minutes of the show, you were totally muted. And I stopped texting you because I figured it wasn't helping or whatever. So not only were you blasted, but this is what you looked like.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, what's
I watched
awesome
the show, and
X.
you're right.
It's on X.
I went back and watched it.
Did you? You should.
Yeah, of course I did.
I always watch my shows because you can always see, oh, my audio was too low there. Oop, I did this wrong. It's a good way to.
And I am my worst critic. I assure you, I insulted me way more than anyone else did.
Right. No, I am absolutely my worst critic. I beat myself up pretty good.
I get a frustration level going, and I'm like, motherfucker. Because, I mean, it's like, I know I can do better, and I need to. And
you're all good, dude. It's all good. It's, it would have been different if, like, some major influencer sent all their followers and you had 20,000 people in the audience and they're like, oh, this is horrible. I'm never watching it. You like blew a break or whatever, but
well, yeah. Well, that's part of the stress for me too, is I know you're trying to do something with this. And so I don't really.
Don't ever feel pressure right now. The audience is all friendly. We don't have a lot of strangers. They are fine. You're not making me look bad at all. Never worry about that. I make myself look bad. I'm the one that put handcuffs on me and we had to call 911. No one makes me look worse than myself. Oh, you're frozen, Darin. You're frozen. You're frozen, Darin.
Fucking thing sucks. It's a complete crap.
What a piece of junk.
That's Aaron's internet. What do you think, Luke?
What a piece of junk.
It's a complete crap.
All right, well, yeah, don't ever worry. Anyone that comes on, yeah, we are family. Absolutely.
Hi, Cindy.
Oh, you. It's so good to see you again.
Anybody that comes on any of these shows should never feel like you're making... Yes, I do want to do this full time. I want to quit my job. Nothing anybody does is going to make a difference. It's all dependent on me. Anything that you guys do accidentally, whatever, does not affect my future. And I want Darin to know that. He does get a little too worried about that. And I know Ryan and I used to worry about that. It's time for the video of the day. Hey, Nick is here.
Welcome to the party, pal.
So anyway, it is all a casual family thing. No one's gonna. Yeah, Darin, thanks a lot. Now I got to work another 10 years because you ruined it all in one night. God, I appreciate that someone would care that much, but it's not that big of a deal. Trust me, I promise. No one's gonna affect anything to do with my future other than myself. Most people think, wait, let's do the video of the day. You're right.
It's time for Haunted Horses Video of the Day.
I actually saw this video to start. Oh, Darin's back. Hold up, Darin. We got video of the day. I actually saw this video to start, and I saw what he was holding. I'm like, I'm probably not going to go here. The nation's too. And then I saw it, and I'm like, you know what? This kid just learned a valuable lesson. So here we go. Watch this, and you'll see what I'm saying. We'll talk about it at the end.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It was loaded, and I shot at my computer screen. Did you break it? Yes. Oh my God.
You wrecked it.
I didn't. Oh my God. It never fired before that.
He just learned a real important life lesson.
Wait.
Wait till he zooms in on it.
Relax.
Look at that big old. It's wrecked.
Oh, you fucked it up.
That's Bella.
You know what? You just learned a lesson, and you know what? He didn't cost him much except for a monitor and a computer or whatever.
Look at how people usually learn that lesson. Usually they learn that lesson, somebody dies.
Right.
So he got lucky.
Right. Treat every weapon like it's loaded. Every time he learned a valuable lesson, and it cost him $400, $500, $600. But that's what I was thinking, is because a lot of people learn their lesson by accidentally shooting somebody.
Yeah, I'm so anal, I will not even hand a person a weapon without opening the bolt first and showing them if that chamber is empty, then I'll hand it to them.
Right.
That's just what I do.
And because my wife, we need to go to training for firearms, I have a revolver. I don't want any semi-automatics with clips and everything. I want that revolver so you can spin it, you can see it's clean, nothing in the chamber. But
well, you can check you can check the semi-auto the same way too. You just pull the slide back and look. I mean, it's right there.
But if someone's not trained in firearms, that's where they get in trouble.
Well, if they're not trained in firearms, they don't get my weapon.
Well, so, that's the first thing. We are going to have training, but the revolver, at least, I can do a basic training on a revolver.
Well, and that is the safest too, really, because think about it, especially this old single action, you got to cock the hammer first.
This doesn't have a hammer. It's hammerless. It's inside.
Oh, okay.
So
you just got a straight spinner.
Yeah, it's got a safety. It's a hammerless. You can't catch the hammer on a piece of clothing or whatever, accidentally fire it. Yeah, it's one of the safest things you can have.
That's part of why I still love. I've got an old 1911. So Springfield Arms A1 is what it is.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of machine work done to mine.
Nice.
But I still got that. And I kind of like that with the hammer right there, except in the holster, and I've got the strap that holds the hammer down. That way it ain't going to fire. Right. No how, no way. And I kind of like that.
If I had an ankle strap, I would want hammerless, because it gets caught on something down there or whatever. It's under your pant leg, but So that's what it's a backup for hiking. And then once we get training, and we were going to do it, and then COVID happened, and we had to cancel that. But once we get trained, then I want to get a semi-automatic. She's going to stick with a revolver, but I'm going to get a semi-automatic.
This has got the trigger safety on it. So I carry that one Israeli style, where you full magazine, but empty chamber. So you got to actually cock it before you can fire.
Yeah.
And with that, there's two reasons. That's the way the Israelis carry. That's where I learned it from. Well, there's two reasons for that. Number one, it can't accidentally go off. And number two, you have to actually think about it before, and long enough to cock it and think about what you're doing.
Right.
That extra split second before you actually use it, verify it. That's a legit target you need to be shooting.
That half a second,
it makes a difference.
One more chance to stop if you're doing something, if you're going a little too aggressive. Yeah.
Exactly. But it gives you that extra second. And I'm not looking for a quick draw contest. I'm just looking to keep the family alive, call it a day.
Right.
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, you always have an advantage in your own home.
To look, verify your target, and do it right.
Right. You always have an advantage in your own home because you know the layout where they don't. So that gives you extra seconds. Yeah. All right. So let's get to the story that, geez, it's only 5:30. Usually it's the opposite. The shows go fast. Here we go. Most people think of their ex when pleasuring themselves.
We're looking forward to this one.
Study reveals. Here's what it means. Like what it means. I want to see what they come up with this lengthy meaning or whatever. It means you're horny. And you're thinking of someone that you've been with. Because then you don't have to pretend. You actually.
Gail worded it best. You're bringing out the greatest hits. You're not
breaking out the greatest hits.
No, she's right. She was 100% right. That was her comment last night in the chat. She was 100% right.
The greatest hits.
It is. You're not cheating on anybody. It's the greatest hits. You're done.
Greatest hits. Despite how your last relationship ended, I'd say 75% of my relationships, not just marriages, but dating and everything else, 75% of the time they left me, and then 25% of the time I had to get a bye-bye, adios. Usually they're leaving me. I'm a lot to handle.
There was a lot of that. I'm about a 50-50, I think, but there's a lot of I'm a lot to handle. There was.
Right. I mean, I can be, The problem is I was dating women that were too much like me. And then I finally started dating opposites. And that works much better. When they're like me, we got a lot in common, but they drive me crazy and I drive them crazy.
Especially when I was single and all, I had to get really, really, really picky about it. I mean, I got to the point that I would not sleep with a woman unless she said, okay.
Jesus. Okay, so despite how your last relationship ended, if you think of your ex when pleasuring yourself, there's no shame in doing so, and you're not alone. Not alone. 76% of men and 59% of women. That's a disparity.
It is.
76% of men and 59%, because women are more into the thinking. Guys are just into the physical, right? 76% of men
yes.
and 59% of women think of an ex when masturbating, according to a new survey from Odoki, the pleasure tech company that makes the handy male sex toy. The Handy. What's the Handy?
The appropriate name.
I got to click on this link. What is the Handy? I'm not, listen, swear to God, I have never, other than a little bit of lube, I have never bought any of this stuff. Who needs this stuff? You were born with two things that work perfectly well.
Absolutely right. And they do feel different than each other.
Meet the Handy 2. Well, we want to know what the Handy
That's Lefty.
The Handy 2. Wireless, smoother, easier to go hands-free. Is that for a dude or a chick? Designed to feel as great as it gets. The Handy is smart, flexible, VR compatible. That VR compatible, we talked about this last on another show.
Yeah, I remember that though.
They sync with the porno movie. So like when
right,
it's doing the same.
Yeah, that was the
hand.
night I made comments that you and I had to have a talk later about.
Right.
And so I won't comment about that night at this point in time because those same comments are funny as hell. But trust me, yes.
The hand syncs with porn as well, and it's been doing it for decades.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so wait, wow, this gets really interesting here. So VR compatible and ready when you are. Whether you're exploring solo, syncing with immersive adult content online, or connecting with someone miles away, the Handy is down for anything. Whatever it is, whenever it hits, from interactive content to remote control to offline quickies, the Handy is not just a sex toy. It's a whole new way to experience pleasure. $169. Free!
No shit.
Listen,
you know what, though? At the end of the show, Horse, when we talk afterwards, let me stay in line. I'll walk you. I'll tell you on camera. I'll walk you through the new bathroom. You'll see where the cash is gone.
What does that have to do with the Handy?
Well,
you're talking about your bathroom remodel. You're like the audience. You're like, hey, when we're off, we can talk about. I'm like, talk about what? No, we're not going to talk about anything to do with this.
My bad. Just popped in my head.
Popped in your head. Which head?
Well,
I mean, think about it. Think about this, Darin, from the audience perspective. We're talking about this hand job device, and your comment was, as soon as the show's over and we talk offline, we can talk about. Right. I'm like, talk about what? No, we ain't. I'm not talking about what you do in your remodeled bathroom.
I deserve this. I so do.
You do, dude. That was getting creepy. Anyway, there's some testimonials. Let's read this. This is from Peter O. This is a well-designed stroker, which, unlike battery models, has the stamina and power. It's controlled easily by either app or manual button. Easy to clean and not bulky. Great product. These are all made up. This is from Dawson. Love this toy. It has easily become one of my favorites. However, I wish it was a bit easier to sync to videos, especially with iPhone. Still love it. Love the handy. Wish I didn't waste my money on other toys. This is by far a lot better and the only one you need. It's really awesome, says David H. What is this? AIW. Great product. It has all the right moves. Even the AI machines like it. Ways to explore the handy. Oh, wait, what's this? As easy as 1, 2, 3. Place the sleeve on the penis and loosen the Velcro band to make room for the sleeve. Position the handy on your abdomen and tighten the strap to your preference. Plug in the power cable, press the power button, and enjoy it. Oh, there's a vibrator here. The O. It only has 4 stars. The lips sleeve. The true grip. Why do women get cheaper products than guys? Their stuff's cheaper. Why is that? Anyway.
They know guys will spend it.
Yeah, right. Guys are freaks. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, so let's go back to this stat. 76% of men, 59% of women think of an ex when masturbating, according to the new survey from Odadoki, the pleasure tech company that makes the handy male sex toy. And before you fret, doctor and certified sex therapist Christy Overstreet told the Every Girl, some magazine, that fantasizing about a past lover could mean a variety of things. Ooh, let's find out. If you're single and reminiscing about your past lover while showing yourself some loving, it could be a healthy way to look back on what was good in the relationship. If you're in a relationship and still thinking about a specific person while masturbating, Overstreet told the outlet that people should look at it as a positive thing, as it could be a way to use the past relationship to help enhance the current relationship. I don't know that the person you're with would think that it's a good thing that you're thinking of someone.
Probably not.
Right?
That's one of those things that might be, I don't want to hear that. It might be better left unsaid.
Yes. Yeah. You don't have to share everything. And oftentimes thinking of sexual experiences you once had with a person that are now forbidden is a major turn on for someone masturbating, according to Pamela Stephenson Connolly, a clinical psychologist and psychotherapist. And not everyone pleasuring themselves is thinking of a And not everyone pleasuring themselves is thinking of a past fling. Some are just preferring it over sex. When Charlotte thought she was addicted to her rabbit vibrator in the famous Sex and the City episode, she was onto something. The Adoki survey also revealed that 29% of people prefer solo pleasure to the real thing, including almost 1 in 3 men and just over a quarter of women. I wonder if that's, do they prefer solo to the real thing
or what they're stuck with?
It feels better, or do they prefer it because afterwards you don't have to be like talking and cuddling and all that crap?
I think the 1 in 3 men that say they prefer solo are the ones that can't get laid. And so they say that to cover it, could make themselves feel better about it.
Because they live in their mom's basements.
Basically, yes. They're clones.
I mean, that is funny, but I think there's more. I think it's more about I just want 30 minutes of fun. I don't want to have to let's, cuddle, and then what are we going to have for breakfast in the morning? Some people just don't want to deal with the other.
Greatest hits in the shower, in, out, done.
Shower sex. I will say this: there's stuff that happens in the movies that doesn't tell you that it's not easy to do. Let's just say that. Like on the beach, it looks so romantic in the movies.
Yeah, you get sand
everywhere.
Yes. Everywhere you don't want it.
Everywhere you do not want it. A Swedish study even revealed that on average, women pleasured themselves 9 times across a 30-day period. Period, not that period.
Right.
So 9 times out of 30 days, which equals about twice per week. Do the math, and that leaves little time for hanky-panky with a partner. Quote, some people find Some people may find masturbation more enjoyable than sex because they can find their own sweet spot. They know. I will say this. When I was in high school and in my early 20s, I do feel like writing letters, apology letters to the women because I didn't know what I was doing. I was horrible. I'm sure everyone is, but you just don't know how everything works. So it's probably really bad sex.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking back to the early ones too for me, and yes, they were.
Yeah, because you just don't know where all the hot spots are.
Well, no, all we knew at that time was, hey, this goes in that. Okay,
yes, and
that's it. That's what we knew.
You're pretty selfish back then too. It's all about you. It's all about you. All right, let me catch them on the chat. Geez, we're already 100 messages.
Oh,
is there a bot in here?
Someone isn't gonna like that.
Your move, creep.
What a bummer.
Okay, so here we go. Wow, you love this topic. Oh, even Frank came in here.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Don't forget Makmoda. So Frank's here. We got, gosh dang, you guys. There's a lot of chat. Peter, you're like the producer. He is. It's time for Han Horse. Okay, so I'm caught up. I have a Zone 3 story about fentanyl-laced chocolate from the liquor store. Send it to me. Send it to me. Does that mean you'll play my favorite drop, Surprise MFer? Yeah, I can play that.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That is an awesome drop. That's why I own 1% of the Total Crappy Show. Yeah, Peter has a stake in the show. He's going to take Tyler's EP slot because Tyler was going to show up yesterday and then totally blew me off. He's like, I want to come on. Yeah. Okay, you can come on Tuesday. And then he didn't show up. Little bastard. Speaking of Tyler, real quick, shout out. He told me last week about this IPO the week before. It IPO'd for $30. It was up to $110. So I bought 5 shares. It's at $209 now.
Nice.
I wish I would have bought more than 5 shares. Holy shit. It's going bananas. It's Circle. I'm not saying to buy it. It might be at a top right now. But they passed a bill in the Senate today that it's making cryptocurrency. Anyway, it's CRCL, Internet Group, Circle Internet Group. I'm up 100% in a week. I've never had a stock go, well, I shouldn't say never, but that
fast
is
up
crazy.
is you fast down, though. You know this.
Yeah, but I'm holding. Anyway, it's at 211. I bought it 111, and it IPO'd for 30 2 weeks ago, and it's at 211.
It's impressive. It's very impressive.
Crazy. All right, back to the chat. Tyler turned me on to that stock. That's why I was like, thanks, Tyler. Too bad he didn't buy any. He told me about it, didn't buy any. Mary Jane is inexpensive in New Mexico. Han Horse likes ankle straps. Hey-oh! Is this the NRA segment? Yeah, that kid shooting his computer. Han Horse wife could have shot this handcuffs to release him with the airsoft rifle.
Ugh.
We're Han and Horse being handcuffed when meeting the Fockers. Hey, Burr, let's see. Do horses have nipples? Oh, Fockers. T-Bob is selling his house for... You know what? I looked at T-Bob's house. He put a link on Twitter. That's a nice house. He's selling his house in Louisiana for $409,000. That was a nice house. Hardwood floors. It had a really nice bathroom. Big shower. A soaking tub. We got the bot. Let's see. I have to dip. Gail's leaving. I have to dip out and call friends. See you tomorrow. Gail's on Friday. She's co-hosting. Caviar.
Looking forward to that, too.
Streams. All right, we're caught up. Unwar 30-day spotting. 30-day spotting. Funny. Okay, so just to wrap up this, some people find, let's see, more enjoyable when you're masturbating, you control the rhythm. While self-pleasure is healthy and normal, nice explained, if you rely too heavily on masturbation for satisfaction, it can affect the quality of partnered sex. You may become so used to your own technique that your partner's touch. I guess that's an addiction. Anyway, addiction to wanking it. There we go. We got time. From the Mirror, my holiday was ruined after agonizing sex blunder that wrecked relationship. What are we thinking the agonizing sex blunder that wrecked the relationship? So
he brought a friend.
What's that?
He brought a friend.
See, it's weird. You assume it's a guy doing this. I assumed it was a woman, and I don't know why, because it doesn't say. I guess because women write into these things more than guys do. Darin's so shocked that he froze. I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Let's find out what it is. You assumed it was a guy. I assumed it was a woman. A young couple's 2 weeks. Oh, so they've only been dating 2 weeks. A young couple's 2 weeks of passion in the sun quickly turned to pain following 2 weeks of passion. Oh, maybe that was how long the trip was. Passion in the sun quickly turned to pain following an excruciating bedroom injury, which ended up throwing cold water over their holiday and ultimately their entire relationship. Okay, so now that I know it's an injury, there is the thing where typically happens on reverse cowgirl where you break it and you got to go to the doctor. That's a serious condition.
Yeah.
You snap it in half, you be going to the doctor because there's a lot of bad things that are going to happen if you don't get medical treatment. All right, so let's find out. As she jetted off on holiday, so it is the woman's perspective, with her then boyfriend, Harriet Smith, asterisk, fake name. Harriet Smith had no idea that her dreamy trip would result in an X-rated injury and ultimately the death of her once sizzling sex life. Celebrating the end of their finals, the students, then in their early 20s, were in a jubilant mood as they landed in Tunisia for what should have been a blissful 2-week break. They enjoyed plenty of romantic moments both inside and outside the hotel room as they looked ahead to a new chapter. But then, around halfway through the holiday, a wince-worthy bedroom blunder threw cold water over their dreamy getaway. One night after enjoying dinner and a few drinks together, things became especially steamy between the pair, who were still very much in their honeymoon period. Sadly, this night of passion would be their last. Speaking with the Mirror, Harriet recalled how, quote, right in the middle, unquote, of their intimate moment, her poor other half began howling in pain, screaming out, "Oh God, oh God," as Harriet herself put it, quote, it wasn't even post-coital. It was mid-coital, unquote. Harriet from the Midlands told us, quote, I just remember him howling out and just thinking he was joking and like hopping around and then thinking, shit, this is serious. They immediately ceased their amorous antics. It was dark, and so the issue wasn't immediately clear. Then Harriet realized what had happened. She revealed, oh, shit, hold on.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
I always read a little bit ahead of what's going on.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is a little...
So now it gets good.
This is graphic. That's a little gross. It's graphic. All right. If you don't want to hear, turn off the show.
Right. Turn it up.
All right. Yeah, turn it up. All right, here we go. I'm going to back up a little bit, give you guys time to hit the power button. They immediately ceased their amorous antics. It was dark, and so the issue wasn't immediately clear. Then Harriet realized what had happened. She revealed, quote, his foreskin had gotten stuck and he couldn't move it. His foreskin got stuck and couldn't move it. Looking back more than 20 years on the agonizing blunder, Harriet, now 47, reckons their wild bedroom antics contributed to the horror injury, and their ordeal was far from over. I still don't know what that means, but we're going to find out. A private sort of person, Harriet's partner was deeply embarrassed as he headed to A&E. the emergency room by himself, having to deal with the additional hurdles of being far from home in a land where he didn't speak the language. Worried Harriet waited in their room for news. He arrived back around 2 hours later with doctors having given him something to numb the excruciating pain. From that point on, however, it was clear that the second half of their holiday would be far less idyllic from the first. Harriet shared it obviously significantly impacted the rest of the holiday. There are before and after pictures when we're smiling on camels and then looking really loved up. And then there's the after pictures where he looks just in pain and probably was. I don't get it because I don't have that. I got snipped. Thank you, parents. Thank you. And if you're not snipped, I'm not being
ripped himself.
judgmental. I'm just glad that I don't have that. It got stuck where?
It sounds like he went in dry and ripped himself. So pick a hole.
He ripped. Oh, stuck? It ripped? Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
Let's see. Relaxing pool. Naturally, sex was off the table for the rest of their stay, with Harry's boyfriend being scared to even hug her or become aroused. So he didn't even want to get a woody. When they returned to the UK, Harriet's partner had to have an operation. Ooh. It would be at least 6 weeks or 2 months until they slept together again, which, as remarked upon by Harriet, is quite a long time when you're 21, she added. Honestly, it was never the same again. As well as physical intimacy falling flat. Harriet also found that her partner was too humiliated to discuss the issue with her, and even though she was very sympathetic, there wasn't really much she could do to help. They stayed together for about another year after the Tunisia incident, and looking back, Harriet believes... Okay, hold on. I gotta Google this. Foreskin getting stuck. Oh, it comes up in Google. A stuck foreskin, known as paraphimosis, is an emergency that requires immediate medical attention. If the foreskin becomes stuck behind the glands of the tip of the penis after being pulled back, it can cut off blood flow. Oh, it's stuck the other way? And lead to serious complications like penile tissue death, gangrene.
Wow.
So paramyphosis occurs when the foreskin, after being retracted, cannot be returned to its normal position. So it's stuck, retracted. Paraphimosis is a medical emergency because it can lead to tissue death if not treated quickly. Symptoms. Besides the inability to return the foreskin, other symptoms may include pain, swelling, and difficulty urinating. Doctors will usually manually attempt to reduce... Okay, wow. I don't need any more of this. Wow. I'm glad I don't have one of those things. Damn.
That sounds like a real problem.
So it's emergency. He had to get to the doctor or he would have been in danger.
Gangrene, you start losing body parts. You don't want to lose that.
Gangrene in your
gangrene on the ding ding. No, thank you.
No thanks. Yeah, right. No thank you. Wow. Why is it called scissoring? Scissoring. Lip syncing. Scissoring. The only thing I've ever heard of scissoring is that was on South Park. I don't even know if that's a term. Cindy says OMG, right? OMG.
You better Google scissoring. Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh, I know what that is. I'm just saying the only time I heard about it was on South Park. So, who's calling me? Well, if it's not in my contacts, it goes right to the voicemail. You bastards. You bastards!
It's certainly not me. I'm on my phone right here.
Right. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that I've said it on my shows, but I've said this all my life. I am so glad my parents took care of that when I was young. Don't remember anything. It was done when I was a baby. I'm just glad. I'm fine. And there's this controversy like, you should let your kid decide when they're an adult. No. I'm good. I don't need any of this retraction shit going on while I'm in the middle of having fun. Go to the ER. Jeez. Hell no. Just, it's like my wisdom teeth being pulled. Obviously, they weren't meant to be there. Oh, we got bots.
Someone isn't gonna like that.
Your move, creep.
What a bummer.
See, Peter, we get bots from Twitch. Just more from Kick. Anyway, let's not start another story. We got 6 minutes. What do we want to talk about?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to do another show. It'll be not this Saturday, but a week from. And I'll have my computer issues worked out.
A week from Saturday, so we got time to get your equipment better.
We'll get my shit together,
just
basically.
like that guy's equipment. He needed his equipment didn't work very well.
That's right. Gotta get that fixed. But no, we've talked about it a little bit too. I've got a good, solid plan how to make it work without the buffering issues. I can take care of the rest, and I just got to do it. And I'll do it right this time. It'll be better.
Right.
It'll be fun.
Right. Oh, SpongeBob.
Here's the deal. Nice. By doing this, I can tell my wife that I'm hanging out with all of you. I'm not just drinking in the garage alone. You see, so it kind of helps here.
So you're allowed to drink on the show, just not bong on the show.
Yes.
So real quick, you said you had a whole clan of people over there for your show.
Actually, they're watching on the show. They're watching electronically.
They weren't in your garage.
My son's in New York. Oh, Frank was supposed to be here, and he got family issue. Came up, he couldn't.
Okay.
So he'll be here. He'll be here on the next one.
All right. Fair enough.
But everybody else is just electronically. The kids, one's in Nampa, one's in Milton, right here close to Boise.
All right. Good.
David, he's in New York. He and his wife, they were watching from there. That's my son. And yeah.
Funny.
DJ
Haunted Horse on what? What?
And they stuck it for the whole show too. That was who I was getting most.
Oh, I did too. I stayed for the whole train wreck. Darin Saturday night. Rock show.
It was a train wreck.
My show on Friday, by the way, since we're plugging shows, you're a week from Saturday. So this Saturday, hey, Eric, you want to go on Saturday? He's not ready. Hey, Tyler, if you're ever here, you can do Saturday's open. What was I going to say? Oh, Friday is all decades. So you guys can request whatever you want this Friday. All decades, all genres. You can request rap. You can request country. You can request it from 2000s, 1950s, whatever you want. So it's the whatever you want show on Friday. So you can request your banger music. No AI. Jay's not here, but no AI. No AI.
Yeah, same. I don't have to deal with that one either. So you can put anything you want in that and sneak it in later, and I don't want to deal with it.
Hey, you know what? I don't mind if Jay wants to do a show and he has an AI show and it's all AI submissions. That would be funny.
No, that'd be fine. I just don't want to deal with it.
I don't want to deal with it either. All right. Well, we're wrapping up the show. We're good. Tomorrow, Thursday, Waterhole. Is your internet even back yet? Have you checked?
I see all three lights on. I've been monkeying with the computer here in front of me, and for some reason, I see 3 lights now. It's been 3-2, 3-2, 3-2 the whole show. So there's something going on. I don't know what. I'll find out. But
bastards.
In the meantime, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, fuck them. Fucking thing sucks. Where's that?
Fucking thing sucks.
Right. Okay, dude. Well, we are out of time. I guess 2 minutes early. But I started 2 minutes early today. So there you go.
There you go.
That's how it happens. Start 2 minutes early, you get out 2 minutes early. Tomorrow night I start my vacation. AEIOU. It's not AIE. It's AEIOU. That's the way I learned it. Tomorrow night I start my vacation. I will be in a good mood tomorrow. I will be ecstatic. Unless my foreskin gets stuck in the retracted position, which won't happen because I don't have one. That sounded painful. How does it get so you're like, How does that happen? You're like, and then all of a sudden it got flipped backwards and it wouldn't. That's like,
I'm guessing it got rolled up and stuck.
Yes.
Or what kind of nasty shit was present in there as far as coming out of her, or something to glue it back there, or
no.
I don't know. I got questions.
It just got pulled back and stuck.
I got questions though. I don't know.
All I know is.
Oh my God!
But I'm glad you did that show with me on it because it was funny as shit.
What?
But I'm glad you did that show with on my night because, well, that kind of fits.
Right.
What did you say?
Okay, so can I buy one? Said Eric in Orlando. Good night, everyone. Good night, Cindy. Okay, I just wanted to stall until 6. Now we're official. We went the distance. All right, everyone. You say the final words, Darin. I'll see everyone tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for coming, guys. Had a great time. Thanks for having me, horse. I'm out.